Hello and welcome to the third video in our series explaining how to use our email marketing software called MyEmailer. So in the first video we covered making a template, in the second one we covered making a list, and in this video we're going to combine the two into a mailing that you can send. So in My Mailings you can see that I've already made a couple of mailings in the past, and what we're going to do now is add a new one. So we give it a name, and I'm going to call it test just so that it matches the template and the list that we made previously, and I'm going to give the subject of test just to make it easy. Okay, here we have the email from address, which is exactly that, and the display email from is the company that you're sending it from. We always recommend that you embed the images, as it gives you a better chance of getting the email delivered in one piece, and the forward to a friend link enables you to enlarge the size of your database. So you choose the template. First of all, we're going to pick the test template, and if you remember I made two versions of that in the first video. So I'm just going to pick the second version and just check that it says My New Ski Company, which it does. Okay, we know we've got the right version now, so we can send that. Now, as you remember in the second video, when we were creating the lists, when we were in the Excel spreadsheet, the column headings had different names, and that enables you to personalize your emails, which is something that we'll come to in a later section. So ignoring this for now, we'll click next, and now we have the available lists. So for example, I might want to send this email to all of the lists that I have created, but I don't in this case, so I'm just going to add the test. But if I wanted to add any more, I would just select it and click add. It's that simple. Okay, on the next screen we see that our mailing has been created, and if we click finish now, that then takes us back to our mailings, and you can see that test requires some scheduling. So what we're going to do now is schedule the email to be sent, and this will give us two options. We can either send it now, or we can send it at a later date. And before we do that, we can preview it, and it's always a good idea to give yourself a preview. So you can then send yourself a preview to your email address and just check that it opens correctly and images are displayed and that the content is correct. Maybe send it to somebody else so that they can proofread it, or you can also just click show preview and that shows it in your browser. But due to the way that different browsers and email packages work, it's definitely worth sending it to yourself just to make sure. So if you now click next, you can then choose to schedule your email to go now. If you click now, it will literally send the email to all of the addresses in your list. If you want to do it later, you can choose a date and a time when you want to send it. And once you're happy with that, I'm going to choose 2010 because I don't want to send it yet, and I can click set. And as you can see, that is now scheduled to be sent. It's ready to go and the clock is ticking. And that concludes our introductory video sections. We'll hope to see you later in the advanced sections.